Rumor has it Carrie Fisher will be in Star Wars Episode 8 and 9. But how will they do it? I'm Sasha Pearl Raver, and this is Screen Junkies News. Strap on your Wookiee bandoliers. Star Wars Celebration starts this week. We've got a ton of new information from MakingStarWars.net about Carrie Fisher's role in Episode 8 and 9, a rumor that Poe Dameron has some resistance within the Resistance, and apparently Supreme Leader Snoke might be more than just a crappy Tupac hologram. Here to climb in and root around the rumor bag is Brianne Chandler and Victor Torres.
Hey.
Hi, kitty boos.
Hey.
Well, before we get started, we also got to say happy birthday to Daisy Ridley, 25.
Oh, so young.
So pretty
So young.
and so talented. So a few weeks ago, we talked about Bob Iger saying that they would not turn Carrie Fisher into a crappy hologram. They wouldn't CGI her, and now we get this news. Quite honestly, I'm bummed.
Well, they're not going to CGI her, though.
No, I know. What they are going to do is they're basically going to take bits of footage and create a performance.
Yeah, that's what confuses me. Are they just going to like cut up different pieces of dialogue to have her say things, or is it just reaction shots?
So is it like a Frankenbite situation?
Yeah.
So like in reality television, Frankenbiting is they get interviews and people say different things and they stitch it together to make it sound like a cohesive sentence that isn't something somebody actually said. So are they going to do something like that, or are they just going to like steal moments of her looking sort of
moments of her looking?
Or
that could be interesting. That I think what you're going off of could be an interesting voiceover section. We'll see. I don't know. That could be strange to string it all together, but if it works, why not? I definitely want to have a story where we can highlight her, but that would be difficult depending on what footage they have. I don't know what they were planning to do with her character for 9. So
yeah, it sounds like Lucasfilm might be in like a kind of like a difficult place here as far as figuring out what to do with her, because obviously the CGI would get probably a super negative reaction. I know I was one of like many people where, you know, the CGI Tarkin totally took me out of Rogue One. I still love Rogue One.
Totally.
I mean, and what else can you do? That she can't just disappear after Episode 8 if like her arc isn't concluded. So it sounds kind of like one of those things where we obviously don't, you know what's going to happen in Episode 9 just yet, but it sounds like they're working with what they have to make it make sense for the viewer.
Her brother and her daughter gave them the permission to go ahead and do it. So
but as long as there was not CGI involved.
Right.
As long as it wasn't CGI. But my thing is, like, I love the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes.
And in Fast and Furious 7, the entire time, I was like looking for where they had made fake Brian instead of real Paul Walker Brian. And it completely took me out of the movie. And then I had the incredible emotional catharsis of the final moment.
Yes.
But I feel like audiences are way too savvy for this. They're going to be watching this film going,
and waiting for the moment.
How'd you figure this out? Where is the Carrie Fisher? I think you have to acknowledge the loss and you figure out a way around it. I mean, this isn't The Crow. She's not in full makeup. You can't just be like, oh, it's a stunt double, throw it in.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm not stoked on this.
But I would be stoked if they concluded it in the way that they concluded Paul Walker's story, because if someone told me back in 2001 when I saw The Fast and the Furious that I'd be crying at one of the Fast and Furious films, I would have said, you're wrong, that's never happening. But to just be bawling at that moment,
totally.
I'm hoping that I have that moment with Star Wars.
I completely agree. And it's funny because I feel like those moments tend to be a little bit manipulative and they tend to be a little corny, but I feel like she's a character that's been around for 40 years. Like, she deserves the send-off, even if it is corny. I feel like that at least kind of packages everything else up for us. And honestly, I think that would be a really great way to not have her presence in Episode 9 be kind of a distraction for viewers, so we can get to what's happening.
Yeah, and also, talk about like an emotional catalyst. They kill Leia? Oh, come on. You can't bring that thunder and not expect all kinds of drama to come to your front door. Well, there's also a ton of other rumors that we're hearing coming out of like the sort of pre-Star Wars celebration. There's one thing that we have to bring up that we just heard. Kathleen Kennedy said that they are absolutely planning a standalone Obi-Wan movie. It will be somewhere between Sith and New Hope. Ewan McGregor will be playing the part again.
Yes.
And the idea is like, this is a one-off. This is not a trilogy. This is not like, this is just a standalone. This is a rumor that I personally love. You guys?
I love this. I love that Ewan McGregor is going to be doing it and not some younger version of Ewan McGregor. So
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think the fact that Ewan McGregor would be coming back for it, that it would be a standalone film. I do like that they're doing kind of these like one-offs of Star Wars movies. I kind of would hope that we kind of get into terrain that's not so specific to like the original trilogies. However, I think it'd be super fun to like see Obi-Wan Kenobi like just like Grizzly Adamsing it up on like Tatooine, like, you folks need help. Or he could leave and go somewhere else. Like, I'm sure he didn't just stay on Tatooine for all that time. So I think it's super exciting. I'm definitely down.
What other rumors are you guys excited by? Victor?
The fact that Snoke will have a larger role. And by excited, I mean, I think that Disney needs to play it really smart about not using him too much and not leaning on his identity reveal. Like, I think really making it integral. Like, if he's his own character, great. And obviously, you know, is he Darth Maul? Is he Mace Windu? Who knows? But he's this kind of this super like overbearing like character in the films, and I want it to be similar to how the Emperor was in the original trilogy. Where you're kind of getting bits and pieces instead of them just showing their hand early on. But he sounds super cool. He's got like gold and red like robes to be like blood and gold, and he has a kyber crystal ring, which I hope is a lightsaber like in Spaceballs. Yeah, so
that'd be awesome.
Do you think they'd really do that though?
No, not at all.
All right.
Oh,
This is
that'd be
the
so
fanfic
cool.
version.
But
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. I think he's a super cool character. I think just kind of peppering him in like just a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
And
about you,
Laura
Ran?
Dern, I guess, is going to be an admiral in the Resistance.
Love.
Potentially.
Love.
Maybe named Admiral Holdo. Not sure about that name specifically. But I know that she's going to have some nice robes, mauve sort of robes with a short cape. She's going to have some braces on her. I love, you know, the costuming. I'm all about the costuming, guys. So I just have to tell you all about it. And she's going to have pink hair. So I don't know if that's natural pink hair, like if that works on where she's from, but supposedly she's going to be the nemesis of Poe, so there's going to be some friction there, and who knows what's going to happen with that. She's going to try to lead. He's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this other thing, not what you're proposing. So we'll see. That usually happens in the workplace, right? You have the boss, and then the person's like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
sorry.
I hope there's a scene where she's like, "You're a rogue, Poe. Give me your blaster and your badge. You're suspended."
Oh man, I'd love me some Oscar Isaac. All right, guys, because it is Star Wars Celebration, we can pretty much guarantee there's obviously going to be a lot of news, but there's definitely going to be an Episode 8 trailer drop, right? We can agree on this.
For sure. There's something coming tomorrow, too, on Good Morning America. Mark Hamill and Daisy Ridley are both going to be there. There's going to be some sort of announcement for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. Who knows what that is? I'm hoping that they're going to re-release the original trilogy without the edits of George Lucas and, you know, in the original form on Blu-ray. That would be amazing.
On Blu-ray.
But
I was thinking like in
happening.
theaters. That would be really cool.
Well, both.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see less rocks and tauntauns.
Yes.
Perfect.
Back to its original organic form.
Right.
And then Friday, we're going to get the trailer.
Yes.
What do you think we shall see in said trailer?
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm hoping Phasma. I want to see Phasma doing some cool stuff. I felt like we didn't see as much as I wanted from her in the last movie, so let's see her do some cool things.
I want to see at least little tidbits and hints of how the lightsaber got to like the lightsaber's journey from Mos Eisley, from Cloud City to basically where Luke is on Ahch-To, I believe is what it's called. I want to see Rey training, and I want to see a shot of Kylo Ren landing on Ahch-To, and it's just like him, like the door kind of opens up, and he's all mangled, and you just see a shot of like the lightsaber like igniting again. It's like, oh, it's about to go down.
Oh, it's about to get real. And we want to know what would make the perfect Episode 8 trailer for you. Let us know in the comments below. You can tweet us at SJ News. Make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, you can always click here for more Screen Junkies news. We'll see you soon.